I'm going to be making a tent tarp shelter just by using some different logs and paracord and different things, and we'll see what we come up with. Alright, as you can see, I've kind of cleared some of the leaves and brush and sticks away. I just had that leaning there, it's not part of my shelter. But what I've got is I've got this cross piece, or this fork piece rather, that's going down. I kind of got that one helping bracing it a little bit. And then I've got the main big stick, cross beam I guess, lashed over there and lashed over there. Not super securely. The sun's going down, so I don't have a lot of time, and this is my first time trying to do this, so I'm just trying to hurry through it and get the main concepts. And then I have this bowed out piece back there. I was thinking about doing some cross bar support, cross beams, but I don't really think that's necessary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my tarp over it, kind of stake it out, tie it down, see kind of where we're at, and see how it works. And also I'm going to try to cut this off here with my little commando or wire saw and see how it works and if it's actually doable or if it's a big waste. Also heard that you can take 2 sticks and put inside the little finger holds here. All right, seemed to do the trick. I'd hate to try to log a forest with it or cut down a big tree, or even a bigger size limb, but it does work. And as you can see, it did a pretty nice cut. I'm not the greatest at sawing straight lines, but it turned out pretty good, I think. And with more practice, I could probably be better. If you can afford the weight to carry a pocket saw and plan on sawing a lot, I would definitely bring one along. But for this particular use, I mean, it's more of a survivalist type mentality with that, or just a bare bones necessity. That's probably the only cut I'm going to make on this whole thing, so I'm not too worried about it. All right, guys, you can see the sun has set, so we're just in the dusk here, and it's not beautiful, but I think it would be somewhat water resistant. I wouldn't say waterproof, but the reason I did it this way, and I tried several different things, but I kind of have some logs on the inside kind of holding it down, and I have it staked on the outside. Let's see if I can show you here. Well, just a little bit, and I used wooden stakes again because I forgot the metal ones, but this is a little bit better example. And then I kind of wrapped it around this pole, so that kind of keeps everything from sagging in on me, is that center pole going through, and then the cross braces keep it up, and then kind of staked it along each side and on the inside, and kind of rolled it under so that I would have just a little bit, not sure if you can see that or not, but just a little bit of a ground sheet in the back corner area. So back in there, that kind of most of the back of the triangle, if you will, is covered up out pretty good way. So that'll provide additional protection from dampness and thermal protection. I can sit on it or curl up back there. And then what I can do, and I left the front, because it is a bigger tarp, I left the front where I could pull it down, and at night that's what I would do, because while I was making it, the wind shifted and started coming from that direction and blowing straight through here, which was aggravating because before it was coming from the side. So, oh well, you gotta adapt and overcome. So I have it to where I can pull my tarp down, wind or whatever from coming through. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push back some more of these leaves and push all these branches and stuff off to the side that I've created, and dig a pit, like just a shallow one probably, or I may just do a teepee on top, I don't know. Just something that makes a safe little fire here to kind of reflect heat back off into there. And I'm going to use I think my beat up Bear Grylls survival blanket with the kind of the space blanket type on the bottom in there to provide kind of a ground shelter or thermal barrier a little bit more, and also to reflect some of that heat from the fire. So let's get to it and see what happens. All right, I'm gonna build my fire about right in there, not too close to the shelter, but not so far away that you can't feel the effect of it. So I've already collected some birch bark and some tinder I'm going to use, or some kindling, and I'm going to use that to kind of get everything started. And I'm just going to make a real small fire tonight. I don't need a whole lot, just a little bitty one to try to get things kicked off. And I'm going to use just a flint and steel with some birch bark. Okay. I haven't dug just a huge hole, just a small hole here. I'm going to line it with some of the bigger twigs in the bottom to create kind of a platform here. And that way it'll help just a little bit with keeping the dirt, the coolness of the dirt and everything from causing it to not want to ignite. Alright, so I'm going to put some pine needle type stuff I got in there. I've got some twigs, different things I'm starting with. And then I'm just going to pile up all this birch bark that I collected while on my trail earlier, and kind of put it all together here. I don't want it so spread out that it burns up real fast, but I don't want it so condensed together, mashed together, that it doesn't want to ignite. So let's make a go of this. Much easier just to use a cotton ball or some other thing like that that's soaked in Vaseline or something like that. Oop, there it goes. Alright, now I'm going to put these little twigs here. Don't forget your fire steel in your anxiousness, and it'll flame up really good, but if nothing catches, it didn't do you really that much good. So you want to get your shelter, you want to get a fire going, different things like that to improve your survival, because it's in the 30s right now. But because I've got some decent clothing, some different layers, I've got this fire going now, and I've been working, it doesn't feel that bad. But when nighttime comes, or well, I guess when times comes to sleep and I'm not feeding the fire, then I'll get a lot cooler a lot faster. That's a fire.